to the top 20 best offline RPG games for Android and iOS in 2025. I'm reacting to this video. Let's see. Thank you, Dekai, for this video. Watch the original video in link description below, and also enjoy the show while I'm reacting to this video.
Let's be real, sometimes you just want to play a good RPG, get lost in a story, level up your character without being constantly online. That's why I've been searching the app stores to find the absolute best offline RPGs. Finally, I'm so excited to be showing you my top 20 best offline RPG games for Android and iOS. So, let's get right into it. Celestial Edge is a new offline RPG.
Alright, first one is Celestial Edge. 300 MB free and an offline RPG. For those who love RPG games, here you are. It's available both iOS and Android, so it's technically a game you can play, and I think
RPG
it's
game for mobile
beautiful.
devices. I really like the graphics and combat gameplay, but it's definitely early days. You can tell it needs more stuff, like the story's a bit thin and it could use more to do. Basically, if you're looking for a chill offline RPG where you can just smack some monsters and enjoy some nice visuals, Celestial Edge is worth a look. Harvest Moon, Home Sweet Home is a
Alright, that was a great game. Next one, I think this is a game. I'm sorry, guys. I love renting, but I want to make this clear. This game are good. Alright, I hope it's an open world too, because most RPG games are open world. I want you guys to experience the best.
mobile RPG game where you run a farm and talk to villagers. You plant crops, raise animals, and try to make your farm nice. It's really relaxing, and the cute art is a nice touch. Just don't expect a super deep RPG experience. It's more like a casual time killer. Atom RPG is a post-apocalyptic, isometric RPG that throws you into a Soviet-inspired wasteland. It's got a real gritty, old-school feel, and the dialogue is surprisingly well written. It's definitely not for everyone. It's a challenging game with a lot of text, and the combat can be unforgiving. If you're a fan of classic RPGs and you're looking for a deep, immersive experience with a unique setting, Atom RPG is definitely worth checking out. Cassette Beasts is a monster collecting RPG that wears its retro influences proudly, channeling the spirit of classic Pokemon games. You explore a vibrant island, recording monsters onto cassette tapes and transforming into them for turn-based battles. If you're looking for a fresh take on the monster collecting genre with a healthy dose of retro charm, Cassette Beasts is a solid choice.
So far, great graphics, great graphics. That's what I'm looking for mobile games. Graphics, the availability, the MB, of course, the storage, the gameplay mechanics. It should be easy, and it looks easy so far. I don't know anything about the game, but here you go.
Powerlust. This game is made by one guy, Bart Mamser, and it's completely free, no forced ads, no pay to win. Powerlust is an old-school action RPG roguelike with manual combat and a dark atmosphere. You can play the story mode, which is still in development, but it has some interesting quests and locations. The game has a skill-based gameplay, no auto-fight mechanics, and a hardcore permadeath mode for roguelike fans. I think Powerlust is a great game for anyone who loves action RPGs and roguelikes. Warrior of Silat is a mobile fighting game that focuses on the Indonesian martial art of Silat. You're thrown into a series of one-on-one.
Yeah, if you're wondering, why is this game so weird? It's an offline game, so RPG offline game. It does not look like any online RPG games. It is weird because most of RPG games have almost ridiculous amount of graphics, but this is like simple and so refined. It's offline, you guys. Just give it a break.
fights, using various
Oh,
Silat techniques to beat your opponents. Warrior of Silat has got potential to be great RPG, but it definitely needs some better graphics options and a lot more polish. Basically, it's a fun time waster, but don't expect anything fancy. Exiled Kingdoms is a fun RPG on mobile that reminded me of old computer games. I liked exploring the big world, finding secrets and treasure. The graphics aren't fancy and the story is okay. It's a good RPG for people who like classic adventures, but be ready to spend some time playing and maybe do some repetitive battles. Slash of Sword 2 is a medieval combat game, and the core
so far there are no ridiculous storage of this game, of the games so far. There are a lot of 1 gigabytes, but you can live with that.
idea is pretty solid. You're swinging swords, trying to survive, and there's a definite sense of progression as you learn the combat. However, the game definitely has some areas that need improvement. The graphics aren't the most polished, and the controls can feel a bit clunky at times, but it's got potential, and the core gameplay loop is fun. It just needs some refinement to really shine. Battle Chasers Night War is a turn-based RPG with a really cool, comic book-inspired art style. Visually, it's pretty impressive. The combat is strategic and engaging, with a good mix of abilities and character roles. You'll find yourself thinking about your moves, planning ahead, which is a nice change of pace from some of the more action-heavy mobile games. If you're a fan of turn-based RPGs and you appreciate a strong art style, Battle Chasers Night War is definitely worth checking out. Takashi Ninja Warrior Remake is a captivating offline ninja game that immerses you in a world of ancient Japan. The combat system is a double-edged sword. It's incredibly satisfying when you finally land that perfect dodge and counterattack, but it can also be brutally punishing. However, the difficulty curve can be steep, especially for those new to Souls-like games. If you're up for a challenging, yet deeply satisfying experience, Takashi Ninja Warrior Remake is definitely worth a try.
Also, to my note, uh, more are paid games. I hope that could be fixed. Like ads would pop up instead of paying the game. But yeah, I don't know. I love free games. That's why I don't really are into paid games. If you guys are into paid games, why not, right?
This one's a bit of an old school throwback, and that's actually a good thing. Vampire's Fall is a 2D open world RPG with a dark, gothic vibe. You create your vampire character and explore a world filled with quests, battles, and lore. The writing is surprisingly good, and the choices you make actually seem to matter. It's a solid, engaging RPG that respects your time and offers a lot of content. I highly recommend it. X-Astris is a really interesting mix of RPG and strategy. The 3D graphics are pretty impressive for a mobile game, and the turn-based combat, while a bit tricky at first, seems like it could be really rewarding once you get the hang of it. While the story isn't groundbreaking, it's enough to keep you invested in the world. It's a challenging but rewarding game that will keep you entertained for hours.
I see that it's becoming better and better. The graphics, the smoothness of the game, so far so good.
Arcane Quest Legends 2 is a fantastic mobile open-world
I just realized that that was 3 gig plus. Sorry for those who got low-end devices. I don't just download some RPGs that are not that high graphics. There are some, alright? There are some. If you want me to tackle, just let me know in the comment section, alright? Come on, bro.
RPG. This game is like a classic dungeon crawler where you explore dark, spooky dungeons, fight monsters, and collect shiny loot. The graphics might not be the most mind-blowing, but they're charming in a retro kind of way. If you're a fan of classic open-world RPGs, then this game is definitely worth checking out.
Folks, ahead.
Eternium is a classic action RPG like Diablo. You're hacking and slashing your way through hordes of enemies, collecting loot, and leveling up your character. It's got that satisfying loop of getting stronger and finding better gear. The controls are pretty intuitive, especially the gesture-based spellcasting, which feels really smooth. It's free to play, but it's one of the more generous ones out there. Eternium is easy to pick up and play, and it offers a lot of content for a free game. The Last Remnant Remastered is great JRPG game for mobile devices. The world is pretty and the music gets you pumped during fights, but battling is confusing. You give your characters commands, but it doesn't always feel like they do what you expect. The story starts well but gets kinda boring. It's a big game, so be prepared to spend a lot of time on it. Epic Conquest 2 is an action RPG with a distinct anime flair. You get to control your character in real-time combat, using a variety of skills and combos. The fighting feels fluid and responsive, and there's a good sense of progression as you unlock new abilities and gear. The game also offers a lot of content, with multiple playable characters and a lengthy campaign. If you're a fan of action RPGs with an anime aesthetic, Epic Conquest 2 is definitely worth checking out. Trials of Mana is a remake of a classic RPG, and it's brought that nostalgic feel to mobile pretty well. The gameplay is action RPG.
Alright, bro. Alright, so far so good. I love the games, man. I cannot agree more.
So you're actively involved in the combat. It's got a nice
The aesthetics of the games, good for me. For those who love insane graphics, offline games are not for you guys. Just download online RPG games. There's Genshin Impact. What else? Sky, Children of the Light. You know, that's the game you really, really want, because those games have ridiculous amount of graphic. You can put it on the highest settings and you're good to go.
flow, and the different character classes add a lot of variety. The story is a classic, with a focus on a chosen group of heroes saving the world. I think Trials of Mana is one of the best RPG game for mobile. I highly recommend it to every RPG fan. Steel and Flesh 2 is a blend of medieval strategy and action RPG like Mount and Blade Warband. You're dropped into a large open world where you can build your own army, conquer territories, and engage in massive battles. You can manage your troops, form alliances, and engage in political intrigue. However, the game is also quite complex, and it has a steep learning curve. It's for players who are willing to deal with some rough edges for a truly large-scale experience. Titan Quest is a classic action RPG originally released on PC that's been ported to mobile, and it's a pretty solid port. You're exploring ancient Greece, Egypt, and beyond, fighting mythological monsters and collecting loot. It's got that familiar Diablo-style gameplay with a focus on character customization and skill building. It offers a lot of value for its price, and it's a great way to experience a classic game on your phone. Divinity Original Sin 2 is a massive RPG on mobile. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure story with hilarious characters and tons of funny dialogue. Every decision you make feels like it matters, and the turn-based battles let you outsmart enemies with clever tactics. Divinity Original Sin 2 is a fantastic game that will keep you hooked for ages. Just remember, it's only on iPhones for now.
Right. It's only for iPhone. I don't really care about the last one. I care about the previous one. It's awesome for those who got iPhone, but I love Android. And I do want to tackle games that are available both on Android and iOS so that people are going to play it. But if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also watch the video on screen as well. Because YouTube thanks. So enjoy that. Come on, bro.